What's going on, guys? I am Mitchell with Mitchell's Lawn Care. Welcome to the channel. And we just made it through hurricane slash tropical storm Ian, and thankfully we fared okay. Again, praying for those folks down in Florida that were hit the worst when it hit at a category 4 status. That's just terrible. So praying for those folks down there. I know they got a long road to recovery, but anyways, wanted you to come along with me today. I'm in the truck and I'm headed to a few different properties, and I'm going to be quoting gravel driveways, okay? And I'm just going to show you some things that I'm looking for when I do these things, and I'm going to be quite frank with you. You know, I've learned a lot of what I've done or doing based on videos that I've watched here on YouTube with some other guys that are doing these jobs. So I've taken tips and tricks that they have told me and compiled together to kind of formulate my own way of doing it. But anyways, just want to take you along for the ride and show you the ins and outs of how I do it. And I'm always open to constructive criticism. You know, there's always you guys out there that are you know, nipping at the bit to correct something that you see wrong, and I'm open to it. You know, I'm by no means an expert at doing this, and I want to continue to learn and to continue to get better. You know, we never need to stop learning. So anyways, stick along for the ride, and let's scope out some of these driveways. And I have no idea what I'm going up to. I have checked out some of the stuff on Google Maps just to see, you know, the general layout of the land. But anyways, I should be pulling up to the first property here shortly. All right, you guys, so I'm at the first one here, and not a very big driveway, more of like a parking area than it is a drive, or a long drive. So let me show you real quick the issues that this tenant is having, okay? So up here by the road, you can see where it drops off several inches, okay? So drops off, it's holding water. It also is dropping off right here. And then, it's probably hard to tell, but it goes up and down like that, okay? And then, over here, respecting their privacy, it's holding water over here as well. And it's very thin right here, getting sediment from up in this area, collecting right here, okay? So, gonna have to bring in probably 6 inches of new material here and get this thing squared away. But that's what I'm looking for, like what is causing problems. Number one, here it needs new material, okay? There's not enough stone on this driveway, okay? Bringing in more material will help fix some of the problems here. Also, something that will help correct the problem at the road is people pulling in and out of here, maybe slowing down as they're leaving. This is caused by acceleration, so the tire spinning is throwing the gravel back, therefore causing these potholes, okay? On to the next one. So before we get to the next one, I wanted to add real quick, you know, in case someone asks, someone that's new to this, because I'm fairly new to this, but I just mentioned, you know, we've got to bring in new material. So a question might be, well, how do you know when you need to bring in new material? Well, one, it's what are you seeing? You know, are you seeing water erosion? Is there water causing ruts in the driveway to where it's gone through the base layer down into like what I would call like probably wrong terms, but like substrate, like the ground, the dirt beneath the road base? Okay, so if you've got water eroding that stuff away to where there's no rock and you can see the dirt, whatever the dirt may be, clay, sand, whatever, then you need to bring in new stone. Yeah, you may be able to rob Peter and pay Paul and scrape from here and there, but if you don't bring in new rock and fix, one, the source of the problem, you're just going to get the problem again, okay? So water erosion is one. Now, if you've got potholes, it just depends. Sometimes you may need to bring in new material to fix a pothole. Sometimes you might not. There might be enough material, you know, stone existing already to where you can rip up the area where the pothole is and refill, build up and compact with rock that's already there. But if not, then you're going to have to bring in new stone. Now, if there's multiple potholes, then probably have to bring in new stone, okay? Now, if there's water standing in those potholes, I have seen and found for myself that you need to get the water out of the potholes before you can repair it, okay? Now, you may not have to bring in new material for the whole entire driveway to repair a pothole. It might be a spot repair, okay? So that's another way to save customers money. Now, if you can save customers money, you're a lot more likely to win that bid, get that win that quote, okay? Customers love to save money. I love to save money. You love to save money, okay? You can still get the job done, top shelf quality, and save the customer money at the same time, okay? So, water erosion and, signs of damage on the road like potholes and stuff like that. And another reason why you may need to bring in new stone is check the depth, okay? If it's a new road base, like new construction, a lot of times they do it as cheap as possible and they bring in like bare minimum amount of stone, okay? Sometimes 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. And what I have found, obviously, if there's 2, 3, 4 inches of stone, that road base is not going to hold up that well. Yeah, there may be, geotextile fabric or whatever underneath it, but just a few inches of stone doesn't really make a good road base, in my opinion, okay? So I always carry like a pickaxe with me. That way I can check the depth of the stone. If there's just 2, 3, 4 inches there and they've got potholes and erosion and all this other stuff, they need new material. You need to build that road base up, to 6, 8, 10 inches. It just depends. 10 inches may be extreme. That's a lot of stone too. But, building on top of what they already have. So if it's a 3-inch base with erosion and potholes and ruts, you might need to add 3 to 4 inches. Do the math using a tonnage calculator and bring in the adequate amount of stone for that job. So those are just some reasons that I would need to bring in new stone on one of these jobs. So the small one that we just left, he's got some, not necessarily potholes, but there's been a lot of settling over the years. That driveway has not been touched in many years. The rock is just pushed way down. Granted, I could rip it up, but in a matter of months, it's going to be right back where it is today. So in order to get that driveway and little parking area where it needs to be, that homeowner, that tenant is going to need new stone. All right, you guys, so I'm on scene of the second driveway, and right here in the center there is some erosion, okay? It's higher on the left side, it's higher on the right side, and there is water snaking its way down the center, and you can actually see it right here. Okay, so right here there's about 2 inches of stone. On the outside there's like 6 to 8, and unfortunately, let me show you where I was already digging. This is just like number 78 washed stone, or some people call it pea gravel. And although sometimes it looks good on the top of a driveway, it doesn't pack and it always moves. So the water is just carrying this stone down towards the bottom of the driveway. So I'm going to make 2 recommendations here. One, we can try to use the existing stone to freshen this up and hopefully correct some of the erosion, but that option is literally a temporary fix, like a band-aid, if you will. My recommendation will be to cover this driveway with crush and run or road bond ABC stone. Okay, so I'll run over this, cut the edges in on both sides, that way water can go on both sides. Pack it in with several tons of new crush and run, that way we can get a crown on it and the water will go to both sides. But anyways, that's the second driveway. And right now we're in Rural Hall, North Carolina. Got to pack up and go to Thomasville. All right, you guys, so I'm at the next one, and it took an hour to get from Rural Hall to Thomasville, where I'm at right now. And this one is going to be a fun one. It's a little bit of a delayed project. So if the customer approves this quote, it's going to be a few months before we actually do this job, because it's a new construction, as you can see here behind me. Now, reason being, he wants the construction to get done before anything is done to the driveway, obviously. But I'm going to get some measurements so I know what I'm working with, okay? But it's a long one. So I'm right here pretty much where the driveway turns to go to the house. So all of that, okay, pretty good ways. And then there's a 90-degree hook, and then it goes all the way back out there. So if I had to guess, well over 1,000 feet. I'm using a new GoPro. I left the big camera at home, kind of inclement weather today, so hopefully the audio is good. I'm still getting used to this. This is the second media mod for this GoPro, the GoPro Hero 11. And I'm used to my big camera where I don't have a screen that I pay attention to. Sometimes you'll catch me looking over, so I need to stop doing that and focus on the camera, right? But anyways, so hopefully the audio is good here on the new one. If not, it's going to be a work in progress. I usually don't use GoPros on my videos for this vlog style, but so let me show you what we got going on so far. As you can see, not too bad, but just showing you right here, there is so it does have a nice crown to it, okay? So it's higher right here than it is here, but this is a little bit high. Okay, so it kind of goes like, I'm exaggerating, but it kind of goes like this, okay? And that's just because there's probably heavy equipment, you know, big trucks coming in and out of here for this new construction property, okay? Hence why the homeowner wants to hold off on repairing the road. Smart choice. So let's grab the wheel right here, and I'm gonna go all the way to the top of the road and then measure this thing off. I would have loved to have done this via GPS. It would have been a lot quicker. However, this road, this driveway, does not exist on any like Google Maps or any phone app because it's so new. So there's no satellite imagery of it yet. And I'm gonna fast forward a little bit and show you a place up here that's of concern. Got some chickens and cute little donkey. Couldn't get my camera out in time, but there's two pigs. Oh, there's one of them. One line, this is a long one. Not even at the end yet. All right, you guys, so here is the start of it. So I'm gonna drop the old wheel down and keep on going. So got a little bit of a little hole there with some water. This driveway is in fairly decent shape. I'm gonna check the depth of it before I leave. Got a little bit of a hole forming right there. Already at 140 feet. $200 feet. And there's a bit of a hill crest right here too. Got to keep that in consideration as well. But this is a perfect place to pause so you can see how the ruts are in the road. So hopefully you can see that, how the tire tracks are lower than the outside right here. Hopefully you can make that out. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. I'm not petting you. I know you're probably friendly. The pig just knocked over the water barrel. So I'm still walking this thing off, and the pigs are following me, and the cats, and a goat, and the donkey's coming along. Good old country life. I don't know if you can hear them. This is funny. I'm never gonna get this quote done. So guys, I skipped recording after leaving the really long driveway with all the animals that you just saw. You ever just get that weird vibe talking to a property owner, and when you visit the property, that something is just not right? I got that vibe based on signs in the yard, the way they were acting, what they said on the phone. It was very, very, very shady. It kind of gives you that uneasy feeling, you know, puts you on high alert. You get the little hairs on the back of your neck standing up. So I didn't record anything at the last property, just for sheer fact that I didn't feel safe, and they were just weird. All right, you guys, so this is the last quote of the day, and this driveway right here, these folks have got plenty of rock. The only issues they have is, one, they don't like the grass. It's unsightly, so that's easy to take care of. I will spray it, and then when I scrape this whole driveway, the stuff will start to disappear. The only other issue is it's just a little rough in places. I'm not going to go around the back side, but you can see the grass okay. And then on the back side of the home, again, I'm going to respect their privacy, but there's some areas where the gravel's gone down, and there's some water that's starting to collect back there. But there is enough gravel at this place that I can smooth all of that out, and I don't have to bring any new stone. So like, I checked areas, like I didn't check right here, but there's enough stone here. There's probably 8 to 9 inches of rock right here, which is going to save this couple that lives here thousands of dollars. But anyways, so those are some things that I look for when I'm doing the quotes. This is not a video for how much did it cost. It's up to you to determine your rates, your overhead and stuff like that. But these are just some things that I look for when I'm doing these quotes. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you had any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you've got some tips or tricks that'll help me out or other people out doing these types of jobs, leave in the comment section down below. Appreciate you guys' support. We'll see you next video.